this is Renetto. And yes, it has been a minute, but it is worth the wait because it's February 2nd. It is Groundhog's Day, but it's also Noah, AKA Lil Renetto, my youngest child, is 24 years old today. So happy birthday to you, Noah. I was talking to him on the phone. I told him I've been working on some stuff. I said, maybe I'll just shoot a little video update. I've had a couple people ask me, what are you up to, family and stuff. And I thought, well, I just need to make a YouTube video. I don't know why I haven't made a YouTube video in a while, but I do know why. The short of it is, kind of like what I told you, I have really been focusing on, I guess, not oversharing and my relationship with Cupcake, which is amazing. And she's here, by the way, so you're going to get to say hi to her. And I'm basically trying to figure out how to get into a cadence and how she and I can get comfortable sharing and making videos together, because we're together a lot and pretty much everything I want to talk about and that I'm doing is kind of, you know, it does involve her. So anyway, it's like I'm just never really sure how to do that, but we both want to is the thing. So here we go. I'm gonna shoot one and show you what's happening today in the life. Okay. So let me just, okay. So I'm up here. Let me just start here with my little project here, because I have some big plans. I'm not sharing them all with you today, but I did want to do this update video. So as you can see over there, I have a fence going. And I have one over here. And it's almost like more of a sculpture than a fence. And I put this one in the wrong place. And I've put all these in the wrong place. I've moved this around. There's only like 4 screws in each panel. And I change them around all the time. But it's getting really close to exactly what I wanted. And I didn't even know it. So this is going down. I already took the screws out before I started the video. And I'm getting ready to dig another hole right here to line up with that post over there. And Julia is going to make a video of me digging that hole, because I just have to show you how easy it is and how fun it is to dig holes in Florida. Okay, so, well, let me just let you say hi to Julia. I want to show you guys some packages piling up in here. Then I want to come back out and give you a little more detail about what I'm doing and why, but I feel like I need to say hi to Julia. Julia, AKA my sweet little Cupcake, how are you?
Doing good.
Huh?
Cleaned out.
Wait. When's the last time you've seen that black mat?
Years.
Well, but don't put stuff back in it, because we're getting ready to go vacuum it all out, right?
That's the hottest thing.
So Cupcake you live in a complex.
Yeah.
And you were like, if I could just come over.
Spread everything out.
Just,
look at all this space.
I could just lay it all out instead of in the parking lot.
And then just face palm at how much stuff I have. But I'm going to get rid of it. And it's amazing.
Is this like a spring clean? What's going on?
Well, this is just, I've been having to be in the car a lot lately. And it just depresses me every time I get in there. And there's all this stuff. And we can't.
It does seem like a lot of extra stuff to carry all the time.
Yeah, that is the stuff I brought to clean. But yes, too much stuff.
All right. Well, I'm coming right back out. I'm just going to walk inside real quick. And then we're going to say hi to YouTube. We're going to say hi to YouTube. All right, in here, I have these. I have Leah Rose and I have Trevor. But I have packages piling up again. Even though I ask you guys, like, why in the hell are you sending them to me? I do want to open them up. I never open them unless it's on camera. But this is a perfect example. I can feel this case. And it literally feels like 3 or 4 more of a video that I already have too many of. And I didn't even realize it in one of my most recent gifts. It wasn't even a DVD. It was a VHS tape of the same stuff. I don't know who's doing this and I don't know why, but like it's kind of depressing to open up. Well, that's something different maybe. There's another one I can tell, like I can just tell. So I get excited about opening them and then I get irritated And I don't know, but then I get good stuff too, and then I need to do a box opening video for you. Okay, let me get back to what's happening. I have kind of kicked myself in gear to do some work around the property, and mainly the reason I start and stop is I can't ever put together like a clear idea of what I want to do. With the front, with parking, I did have this half circle, and I was going to put some plants in the middle. Then I started putting these up. I'm going to put a patina on these and like have it like rusted and everything. All right, shit. Let me go back here and show you one other thing I'm working on. The truck is sold, by the way. Did I tell you guys I sold the truck? I ended up getting not $1,500 out of it, like maybe $1,200 or something. But I'm selling the trailer. I'm building a building back here. It's just all come together in my mind. I've had a water issue, and the bladder in this tank went out. This is the well, and essentially water comes out of the ground into this motor. This is just like a return line for the well. Goes through this pump. This is the motor turning. Here's just like the pump part of it. The water goes out of that down. That tank is not connected to that motor. It's literally just holding it on there. It's like it's mounted on there, but there's no connection. So that's just a motor sitting up there, pushing out water into the house. If there's no water running in the house, it pushes it backwards into this tank, and it fills up this tank so that we have 44 gallons of water always available without the pump running every single time you turn the faucet on. Also inside of here, there is a bladder. Think of it as a balloon. So there's a balloon in here, and it's just like a bag down there, right? You start pumping this up, and it fills up that balloon and adds pressure. I'll adjust the gauge to what pressure I want it to kick on and kick off. I'll do that with these contacts back here. And I'm saying all that because I had to figure all this out and switch this over myself, because the appraisal to do this was $900. And, he said, but you could just pull it out of that tank and put it into this one. Just put this on an angle, move this over close. This is actually on a concrete pad right here. You can't see it, but it's a concrete pad. Anyway, he walked me through how to kind of do it myself, and then this would just essentially just end up continuing to be just a stand for that motor. However, they're about the right height. I think I just might take that one out and put this one in. Anyway, that was a $900 project that I was able to save $500 on by doing it myself. And it wasn't all labor. They wanted to charge me double for the tank that I could buy at Home Depot. All right, here's some materials. I have 4x6 posts, which I just love. I know I don't need posts that thick. I love the way they look. I got a bunch of metal. Then I have like these boards here. Okay, so what am I doing here? Well, obviously, this is going to go all the way down. And in the back, it's going to be the same from the back corner of the house all the way down. And there will not be a gate here. There will not be a fence here. So the front is not necessarily designed to keep people in and out. is really kind of more of this compound thing that I'm doing, and a privacy thing. And my neighbor's porch is kind of elevated, so when they sit up there, you know, I'm looking, every time I walk in and out of my door, I'm staring straight at them, just like that, you know, just stand in my yard. So I come and go, they're there, you know. So they like this, I like it. And on the back side, it looks pretty cool. I'm going to be reversing them in and out down the thing. But here's all of the challenges I had and why I have this design and what I'm doing. So we have this tree here, and it was not going to be possible to dig a post hole right there. Just wasn't going to be possible. So I got to thinking, well, instead of putting a post there, right where the tree is, you know, or here to the left or right, just a tad bit or wherever, why don't, and then I'm taking the view of the tree away from my neighbors. What if I bring the privacy wall down, and you can see there's a path here. There's even stones here from our homes where we walk back and forth to each other's houses. We're all really close. So I would have had to put a gate here. All that's extra wood. So I'm like, well, what if I just built something kind of short, put a few, you know, like a step here, and we just step over it. Why have a gate when you can step over it? We're not trying to keep, you know, things in and out, but some property boundaries. We're sharing the tree here. And I'm going to take a railing. That's what those 1x6s are for. And I want to put a railing across, all the way across. And so, yeah, you step over this little, like, 6-inch little thing. It's almost like basically you could sit on it. Essentially, you could use it as a little bit of a bench. I'll elevate the earth down here all the way across, so it won't be a huge gap there. This will be built up. So here's what happens. It does a couple of things. We have, you know, barriers and privacy, massive height, this big, beautiful tree. And when you look through the yards, you can still kind of see your neighbors. You can see cars coming down the road. We can share this tree, and with this board that I'm going to put across here as like a lip, we're going to put flower pots on there. And in this V shape right here, I'm going to string wire back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and plant on the back side here a bunch of jasmine, some growing things, obviously, vines, and they're going to shoot all over that mesh of this big V-shaped, son of a bitch, that big V-shaped mesh area. It's going to be this super colorful, you know, as you come down from the road, you'll just see this big V, all this ivy, all this stuff, flower pots, things hanging down, a little step here. I think I'm going to reverse the wood every other one. So the posts will go in the same spot, but I'm going to put the metal on the back side. And I might even take this middle panel out and put it on the back side so wind can kind of go through it. I'm not sure though about that. Then over here, I feel like this is really boring, by the way, but oh well. Over here, I'm basically doing the same thing, except I don't have a big giant tree, and I put some contour to the wall over here. I've got some nice privacy just from his front door. He has some nice privacy from me, but from his house, he can see through this low area, just like over there. Then I'm gonna put a post right here to match that one. And And I'm going to take that angle post that I just had and I threw down on the ground right there, that was going up to there. I'm basically moving it over to be totally symmetrical, except instead of a big tree here, these points will touch. Then there'll be I'll cut this post off to match that one. So it'll be short, tall, right here where this post hole is going to be, down to here. And then this big center V, just like over there, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take this wire back and forth, like probably a galvanized wire, put some like eye hooks down through there, just like drill holes in it and thread it. I'm not really sure. It's a project, so we'll see. But I'm doing it on both sides, and it's just going to have this big colorful things hanging through these windows essentially. And my neighbor will be able to come and go from his house, but step at his door and still see people like coming down the road and stuff. So you don't feel too boxed in. And then it'll just go from the back corner of my house like that all the way down. And I'll probably end it even before the fence down there, so people, we can walk around it. So it's less about like trying to keep everybody in or out, and more about kind of creating this kind of compound, and then working, creating a whole environment inside of it. And that is what I want to tell you about next. So the truth is, what do I want to do with this space? So I've been really struggling with like, well, I'm going to build a fire pit, of course. I'm going to have this, this cool wall. And you can see how the posts are tall. Oh, I forgot to tell you about this. The posts are all tall, even taller than the tallest portion of the fence. And I'm going to have lights, basically lights, a string of lights over top. Maybe even, something hanging off of them. But basically, we're going to have a string of lights around the whole entire property. It's going to be beautiful. So I'll come back here. I'm probably going to put some bamboo across the back. Those rolls, you can get bamboo and you're going to like unroll it and then just zip tie it to the fence. This will be down through here. And then I've got all this space. What am I going to do with it? It's not really, it looks bigger in this video than if you're standing here. But maybe I should take the dimensions someday so you guys can visualize it a little bit better. But this is the thing. I'm going to turn the camera on if I can. Shit. I was trying to look for the button to switch it around. I have always dreamed of developing a small piece of property, like kind of take, something small and make something big of it. It's small enough to move around in, and you're not driving 3 acres and stuff. It's small enough to be intimate and personal and lit well and have seats and chairs, but like I need it to be like a jungle, like I need like an exotic, beautiful, place to get lost in. And to develop a space. And I've been thinking about how to landscape it, and why would I landscape it, and I just want to look at what plants do I even want to look at. And in my research about what plants I wanted to do, I realized how incredibly expensive they are. And so I started thinking, well, I'm kind of doing everything else myself. What if I just grew some plants? And the next thing you know, I found a few plants I wanted to grow here. And I did some research, and I was like, what if I did a little micro-nursery out of this space? And what if I specialized in, and this isn't like to make a ton of money, I'm talking about like a side hustle, like just something to do, whatever. I started doing a little research, and I was just thinking about how beautiful the place would look with pots and plants everywhere, rather than like big mature plants that you wait for 5 years for your property to look good. What if it just looked good all the time, almost like a nursery? Well, why not have some exotic, cool things, not run-of-the-mill stuff, you know, and sell starter plants, you know, that are like a foot, you know, 2 feet tall or 3 feet tall in like a you know, like a two quart, three, you know, 2 or 3 quart little pot. And then I started thinking of like vertical farming, and I started thinking about, like, instead of putting all the pots on the ground, but like use these walls as a back, and then run some of these boards like this, and then put, you know what I'm saying? Like not even that much of an angle. It could be a really steep angle, but the idea is to just cover this. You know, I don't want to point out towards the sun, so I gotta lay them flat. The sun goes east to west right here, so this whole wall, you know, gets a lot of sun during the day. The sun is going behind the tree line over there, so basically this whole wall. So I could take this whole wall down through here, and, like, you know, just do this, and just literally like you know, like a bleacher, but for pots, down the whole damn wall. And I can do the same thing on there with shade growing plants, you know, that love shade more, and run this whole damn wall back here and just cover it with hundreds of plants in pots, from seed, from start, splicing, all like fruit trees, like exotic fruit trees, these like dwarf fruit. I know this all sounds crazy. Not for a business. I'm literally trying to think of the way I want to decorate and the property I want to live in. Like, I don't want mature trees that I just kind of go out and look at. I want to tweak it and fine tune it and rake and see some things grow. But I really don't, I'm not like a gardener. I'm not into all the scientific names, you know? So I'm like, what's a couple like really exotic, cool things that you could have? And then you could say, oh, look at this cool plant we have. You know, it's all natural, blah, blah, blah. And I just, so I was like, people would just come in and park all over the yard. Like, just leave it open. Not a lot of people, but like, but what would happen? Oh my God, I've had that zoomed in on my face. Sorry. Like, basically I would just plant this too, with like trees and bushes. And then you just kind of find a spot in the cut. And all these plants everywhere. Ivy hanging, plants, lights, cool spaces, a little water feature back there that I'm collecting some rainwater to do all the watering. So I put a little pond back there, AKA hot tub, natural hot tub. Anyway, I'm just excited about developing this. And the truth is that it's just for the fun of it. It's just like a big art project. And I finally just have a clarity about it, and I just can't not do it. Like, I just can't not do it. That's the best time to do something, is when you just can't not do it. So, yeah, obviously I'm going to start sharing the journey, and I'm glad you guys are along for the ride. Julia is also like getting ready to start her own YouTube channel, and we are doing other things together, posting other places. Like, we're just getting ready to kind of turn all that on, I guess you could say, because we just keep talking about a way to do it together. Yeah, baby, I ended up talking about you without talking to you. I'm in a ramble mode because my brain's going in a million directions, and there's like a lot going on, and I don't know what to explain or what not to explain.
Excited about all this.
I'm excited. So what do you, let me think. Do you have anything you'd like to say to YouTube? I really haven't talked about us much or anything, but I mean, okay, here's what I was telling them. That we both want to start doing some social media stuff. You have already started to do some. I told him that we've been posting some other places. You're getting ready to start a YouTube channel. You have all of your own personal interests, right?
Yes.
But I'm part of it, and I'm with you on it, and like it's all stuff we do together too. You know, our relationship is we're going up on 1 year.
Next month.
This month.
February. Oh my gosh, it is.
Yeah, well, it's only February 2nd,
Yeah.
but yeah. So,
Bye.
and that's my neighbor Riley. She always keeps a close eye on us. But I don't know. I really don't want to interview you about us. Like, I want to say, but how do you feel about, you know, we are in a really good place.
Yeah.
And
Amazing. Actually, it's like today is an amazing day too, because we're actually just like working together on projects, which is,
we both get kind of excited about the idea of being productive together.
because we just haven't done a lot of that. You know, usually we would get together and it was like it's
every
like
night-
dates, and like we would go on these adventures and everything, which is amazing.
Date night, adventure night, and now we're getting into the groove of like living together. We don't live together full time, but like living together, doing things, being productive together,
Exactly.
energy, and it's like just as good as our dating energy, right?
I know. We were both kind of worried because, you know, we just talked about how most of our relationship has been, you know, not always partying, but like going out,
Adventure,
doing things,
dates,
adventures,
adventure, yeah.
And you know, just how we would be in this place together.
Yeah, we're not like
and-
book readers and movie. Like we've never watched a movie together.
No, we've started little
Many
clips of-
movies, and then we'll be like, "Do you really want to
I
watch this?"
can't
Like,
sit
I don't
still.
know, or we'll fall asleep or things like that.
I can't sit.
So we don't watch movies.
So we're always out and doing.
We
it.
don't
Like,
watch
what
sports
if we
together.
honed that energy together, like into projects and working together, and like.
Because neither one of us like sports. We don't watch sports together. We don't really. We just like date and make out a lot too. Huh? We do make out a lot, don't we?
But yeah, so this has been, we've done little bits of it. Sometimes I've just been coming over where we're just like hanging out, just,
We just started it.
and I was like, just hang out the way you usually would and just let me come here and I'll just, even if
Like,
I just sleep here.
Even if I
and
just
not-
come over and clean my car while you're
Yeah,
working around the
like,
yard.
Or at night, just coming out and just doing things and just being chill or having a project to put that energy, you know, something productive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been awesome.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the phase we're moving into. Like
Like
Yeah.
adults.
we're adulting.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, she's adulting. I am too a little bit, and it's kind of sad. You know what I mean? Because I'm a kid at heart, but you know,
I love it. The energy you have is amazing. What are you talking about? That's
well,
exciting.
I meant like I hate to admit that I'm adulting in any way, shape, or form. That's embarrassing for me.
We won't.
Most people
Okay,
are
we'll
proud of
actually
it when they're in their 50s. I'm a little embarrassed. I am a big kid at heart, and
I need a big kid at heart.
you're a little kid at heart. So, all right. So I think you guys have gotten enough of this, enough of that. I'm not making promises. I don't know when I'm going to start. This is the hold on one second. I got to walk back over here. This is the crazy thing. I have not even told Julia what I just told you guys. I mean, I know she'll watch the video tonight or tomorrow, and I'll tell her about it. But this has been fairly recently because I've been talking to her a lot about the design, the landscape. I'm like, but then I put it up. What am I going to do inside? Is like, would I put a palm tree here and dig a then I'll be a project of like making my own fire pit, make my own hot tub, build my own outbuilding. Like I could make a bunch of videos and do fun projects. And like I said, they're all like art projects. So it's not like I can take it all back down. I can put it up and say it's ugly. I don't want to know what I'm going to do. I am playing. But when we start playing about then what do I do and the landscape, it's driving me crazy. But I know like in my mind, I just want it to be full. And every time it's full, I can't picture what that really looks like or what I buy or how many I have to buy. I haven't even told Julia. So the last couple of days I've been researching like crazy going, oh my God. And I was looking at all these like backyard micro-nurseries and I'm like, that's what I want my yard to look like. And then I started thinking about these vertical things so I could put like an A-frame right in the middle of the yard too. Sun side, shade side, and basically how many square feet could I get? Like how many pots could I get in these like A-framed? Then I started thinking like, oh shit, like I'll put them in these bags and then like I'll think of a clever way of shipping them real small and like we'll make TikTok videos about like it just all sounded fun, like just, and we can do it together and like And I'm gonna do this little fairy tale land back here. But then I was like, but it's like, so I'll make money on if I won $100,000 in landscaping, then why not make it pay for itself? Why not, you know what I mean? Okay, that's what if $10,000 in landscaping? Then I'll get $10,000 worth of landscaping and I'll make 20,000 on it, you know? And it'll always be rotating. And I can just run some little ads. I know some people that do this. Like I know this guy. I made a video about him. His name's Albert. Remember that? His yard is even smaller than mine. It's like half the size of this. It's like a city garden, but he has these little things. And I looked on Facebook because I was looking to buy plants, and I was like, where can I get cool, interesting plants? And I came across Albert's page, and he was selling this particular tree with all these health benefits and all these different rare fruits and things, and he sells these little starts, and they're like $20, $30, $40 for a little pot, and he just like cuts them off his tree and sticks it in the dirt or does a little splice or whatever. Chase is a grower. He's been growing marijuana and cloning, and and I just have really never been into the gardening thing. I always have to somehow like make it a business or something to be fun, even if it's just a side hustle. So anyway, I got all these ideas, I got all these thoughts. And I was like, Julia, when you come over tomorrow, I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking. And like, it's not like we're going into business together. It's just like, that's what I'm going to do. Like that, I've been driving her crazy for 2 months. Like, should I do this? Should I do that? I kind of want this, like, I kind of want that look. And then she's like, well, I just want you to plant things that are colorful and pretty. And I'm like, Anyway. And then, so so we're going to grow herbs and things, but just gonna have a little micro, I don't know. And I could change my mind next week. I probably will. But I haven't told Julia about it, and I'm excited about telling her later tonight. So I've been stuck, is the bottom line. I've been stuck with exactly what to do. I hadn't talked to my neighbors. I didn't have like any means to pay for anything. Then I sold my truck, and I'm getting ready to sell this trailer. I'm getting ready to sell my stump grinder. And I have just enough money to like buy maybe $1,000 worth of supplies and kind of get stuff moving. And like, so I just want to keep it going. And I'm excited to tell her about it later. But mostly, I am in a relationship. What Julia and I are experiencing right now is a relationship dynamic I've never felt before. We are so compatible and sweet to each other, and we don't have like, here's the 5 things that we don't pick on each other, we don't razz each other, we're just really compatible, and we're really sweet to each other, and I just love the shit out of her, and she loves me, and that's what changes everything, is love. I was dormant. I've been dormant since my divorce. I feel like the Renetto channel kind of belongs to the YouTube community in some way, or the history of YouTube in some way. I feel bad about all the videos I've deleted, for like the history part. I don't feel bad for myself. There's plenty of videos up there to see a glimpse of me, my YouTube, and what I did. But I bring all that up because it's also like my family's channel, I made Renetto channel about Renetto and little Renetto and Mrs. Renetto, and just feels weird being on this channel making videos with Julia and telling you guys that I love her, and thinking my kids might come over to the channel to see about themselves and about the time that we were on YouTube, and now they're seeing Dad and this other woman. And not that they don't love me, not that none of them ever, Noah's met Julia. So I'm a little apprehensive about that too. Like, maybe we should post these videos like of us and our relationship on her channel, and just maybe once a month or something post a little, hey guys, what's up, but like document it somewhere else, because it's going to be like a documenting of our lives and what we do together. And I don't care, I don't care if we get 50 views. Like, it's not about building something, it's like just putting it where it belongs, somewhere else maybe. If you have thoughts about it, I'm not asking you guys what to do, but I'm just telling you these are the things I'm thinking about. How do I come back to YouTube? You know, I've always told you I want to share from my abundance, not from my pain. And I've been hurting for a bit, and I've been bottled up, and I've been dating a lot, you know, like acting a fool. And I guess if I wanted to be like a shock jock, I could have video blogged the shit out of that, but it just wasn't the energy I was wanting to put out. And I actually like putting out Renetto family energy. I wish my kids were so young, and I wish my wife would have been a part of it instead of like me videoing her life, and she didn't really ask for it. And then we both went through struggles, but I voluntarily filmed mine, and she kind of just got caught up in the Renetto videos. You see what I mean? So my heart and my passion has always been video blogging my life and my family, my close friends, what I'm doing in my house. And in the last 5-6 years, just dating, like, just didn't have a lot of share energy. Being in love. Like, not like, I dated women and I said, I love you. But I was thinking, I wonder like how we're going to work through this, how we're going to figure out that, how would this work, how would that work? But yeah, I love her too, and like, we'll figure it out. So yes, I've been in love, but not like this. This is like, there's nothing to figure out. It's just like, wow, holy crap. Like, this is what it feels like to really fit with someone without anything to figure out, without like, I like this, but these things about you drive me crazy, but it's so worth it. She just doesn't do anything that drives me crazy. Everything she does actually drives me crazy in a good way. Everything. We've been together for almost a year. We've been through a lot of hard times. We've split up, but when we split up, I call it taking a time out. When we split up, the way we did it was so peaceful and beautiful, and it wasn't mean-spirited. We didn't shit talk each other, you know? We just gave each other space and came back together, and there was nothing to like apologize for. We didn't cheat and lie. We just were like trying to figure it out. But we figured it out because we loved each other. We, just like with what I'm getting ready to do this house, we couldn't not do it. So definitely didn't want to video blog the first half of our relationship because it was wild adventure. Didn't want to video blog the breakup. I did a little bit doing this 30-day challenge because I had nobody to talk to. I wasn't dating at all. And so I came to you guys to just have someone to talk to. I did that sobriety challenge and everything. Julie and I get back together, and you know, it's just like right where we left off, but then we just like went up. We just like it wasn't even healing wounds. We didn't do anything mean to each other. There were things that weren't compatible. Then in the separation, we're both like, when we get back together, here's what's not compatible. Here's the things that wasn't compatible. And she's like, well, here's the things that I didn't even want to do. It. You know, it was almost like we looked at each other and like, so we're on the same page. And she's like, yeah, we've always been on the same page, Paul. You just didn't know that. That's the real truth. She said, Paul, we've always been on the same page. You didn't know that. You thought this, you thought that. I did this, I did that. But you've always missed the big picture. I just love you. You know, I'm like, I know, well, I did want to do that. But like, I'm shifting gears, and I thought you maybe would get mad about that. You know, it was that thing. It was almost like the bad stuff that happens between us is us like going, oh, but you didn't really want that, and I didn't want it either. Like, see, this is what I video blog about: love, relationship, communication. But Andrea wasn't a participant. Like, she was like, I'll do it, but Julia's totally different. She's like, when can we make video blogs? When can we make video blogs? Like, I want to tell everything. I want to tell my story. Like, I don't want to bullshit. I don't want to shock jock. Like, I want to get on there. Like, I'm so happy too. I'm so happy too. I'm like, well, baby, just give me a second. Like, I did that before. It can be a little tricky, you know, like. So those are all the things that's going on in my head. I don't exactly know what I'm going to do next. You'll know because you'll find out on the channel. I don't know when my next video is. I don't know how much of this I'll share, the journey. Maybe I'll check in a year. I don't know. I don't want to make promises, but I am telling you for sure that I can't wait to tell her about some of these things. But we are both excited about the possibility of sharing a lot more and doing it somewhere else. You know, YouTube, yes. But, you know, like the vlog life is, you know, my thing. And yeah, just like her moving into my house where Andrew used to be and all the same props, and like, it's just, you just can't do that. So yeah, this is me trying to like reset, restart, find a way to vlog, respect my channel, respect my family, wonder if I should do it somewhere else, do it, does my partner want to do it? Like, yeah, it's a lot, and my head's just going a million miles an hour about it right now. So you guys know that usually the rambling vlogs are me coming back, and I hadn't posted one in a while. And I'm gonna get some chickens. So the ones that run through my yard, go have friends. And this, I will let you go after I tell you one more thing. I'll catch him out here on video soon for you guys, but I do have the cutest. Oh, see right there? Oh my God. This is it. This is the greatest way to end the video. This is better than I can and I will. I have the most amazing armadillo friend that lives here with me now. He's gonna take off as soon as I walk up there. You'll get a good look at him. No, I don't feed him. Oh, look how big he is, you see? He's so beautiful. I'm not feeding him. You know, he just letting him hang out. But it's like, he's the coolest pet ever. If I were allowed to feed him, and if the yard kind of got fenced in a little bit, put some food out there, have me a little pet armadillo, that'd be cool as shit. All right, so I can and I will, and I am focusing on my desire to live the life that I've imagined. I feel awkward about the energy that I've shared in this whole video. Like, it's contemplative, it's rambling, it's kind of serious, kind of silly, kind of, maybe I just haven't vlogged in a while, so a little self-conscious about it. I can and I will stay close to this desire by reminding myself of it every day. And I'm getting a little bit dry mouth. No one can stop me but me. And no thing can stop me until tomorrow. And I only have to believe. Look how pretty it is in here. Believe it's possible. Just for today.